Sunday. I can't think of a song that is about rain in this active moment. I was gonna sing Sunday, Sunday, but that's not Sunday, that's Monday. I would actually like to sing Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Because it is raining cats and dogs right now, which is absolutely beautiful. And we need it here in Costa Rica. Welcome, by the way. We are live here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. We just had a really funny situation with my iPhone. I don't know if anyone else has had the problem, but I have an iPhone 6. And let me see here. And the camera focus gets funny. Am I in focus right now? So sometimes my camera just goes a little funky, where close-up items, like things that I'm really close up to, are in focus, but anything like 4 feet away or further go blurry. So it's like a back focus thing or something. And I've Googled it, and it told me I have to like bang my phone. So literally, I've just spent the last 5 minutes banging my phone against my hand. Can you see all those lines? I was literally banging my iPhone to try to get it in focus, but it seems to be okay, I think. Right? I think so. Let's see. Now, how can I get my computer to show me the comment? It's not. There we go. We're set. Okay, here we go. Marina's saying, hey, beautiful. I am fuzzy. So Marina says I'm fuzzy. So I'm sorry, guys. It's my iPhone's camera. I'm going to have to try to figure out what's wrong. I am fuzzy, but look at this. If we go close up on these veggies, I bet you it's going to be clear. Let's see. Heidi says she can see me just fine. So it's going to be in and out. The closer Kenneth is to things, I think, the more clear we're going to be. Silly iPhone. I'll try to make sure that this gets remedied. I'm actually going to buy a new iPhone. This one has been around the block. It's been dropped about 50 times. So, yeah, look at how clear the veggies are. So funny. Okay, guys, let me know where you're watching from. I actually had a guest here this week tell me that she gets really annoyed when she watches my videos because I go on and on and on at the beginning about nothing, waiting for people to hop on. And she let me know that our lovely colleague here, Christian Minson, always goes live right at 2 o'clock and says, if you're watching the recording and you don't want to wait around for the content, scroll ahead to 5 minutes in, and that's where I'll start the actual content. And I would like to start doing that for you guys. So why don't we say, I'm going to start right away. Because we're already late. It's 2:09, you guys. I'm super late. Dale is watching from Oregon. Michelle's watching from Michigan. Andrew is saying hi from Australia. Heidi's saying Rochester, New York. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so before we get into today's content, I have people messaging me wanting to see an update, so I'm going to show you guys. Holy shit! Stuff's getting real. 31 weeks this week. Home stretch. Coming around the bend with this little baby girl, Kobe Grace. I have about 10 weeks left, 9.5 or so. Maureen, thank you. Tanya is saying hello from rainy Tamarindo. Yes, Tanya is a past guest of ours, and she's here in Tamarindo, so 20 minutes from here. And so you're experiencing the same raining cats and dogs as we are. Speaking of, this is my new fashion statement. I got my rubber galoshes that have super good grip because I've been super clumsy lately. And to top off the amazing look, I've been strutting around like a queen here today in this. What do you think? Ridiculous, but functional. I'm all about function, far over fashion these days, except for these. These are not very functional at all, but they're pretty. I bought these at one of my old favorite stores in Toronto. If anyone from Toronto's watching, there was a store on Queen West called Caban that was owned by the same people that owned Club Monaco back in the day, and it closed down back in 2003. It was right across from 299 Queen Street West, where Much Music was, City TV at the time where I worked in my past life as television. production assistant, director, producer. And I bought this in their clearance sales, along with a lot of other really funky things. And this is the one thing that has survived all these years. So since 2003, I've had this. It's quite heavy, so I don't wear it that often. Not functional at all. Heidi says, you look great, thank you. Tracy's watching, Tanya's laughing. Marina says, my old stomping ground, doll. Yes, 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 Toronto. Exactly, you're in BC now, right, Marina? I believe you're in BC. Okay, so what are we doing today? I decided to do a little bit of a series on home appliances. Last week, if you tuned in, I was live from San Jose, Costa Rica. I was not cooking, I was just talking about emotional eating, because I was in San Jose then, so I just spoke from my hotel. Which is something I'm going to be doing a lot more of. Not speaking from the hotel, but just doing more one-on-one content talks for my Facebook Lives. When I'm home with my baby, I won't be doing a lot of cooking demos because I'll be at home, but I will be doing my Facebook Lives for the most part every week. You know, maybe not the week after I have the baby, but I'm going to be doing a lot more talk just about food philosophy and diet mentality and emotional, you know, eating, and just different topics each week, kind of the way that Christian and Jeff do. You know, they pick a topic and they speak to it. So if there's anything you guys want to hear me speak to, just put it in the comments, let me know, because I'm going to start making my list for the next like 6 months of things that I want to prepare to speak about. I'm not going to be speaking too specifically about nutrition as a, like from a dietitian, like nutritionist perspective. Like I'm not going to talk about specific diet protocols for healing ailments and things like that. Because the audience is a bit too fast for that, but also because I'm not a certified nutritionist. That's not what I am. I'm a culinary nutrition expert / raw food detox expert. Like I've done trainings in that, but I haven't done like a full nutritionist education training. So I don't create nutrition programs and regimens for people. Regimens for people, because I'm just not actually certified to do so. So that's not what I'm going to talk about. All right, here we go. So back to what I was talking about. I've been talking about different appliances. So a couple weeks ago we talked about grading food and different ways to use your different types of food graders. We did a hand grader, a box grader, and using the grading thingamahooty in your food processor. So I've got right here, kind of. So we used this in the last Facebook Live cooking demo that I did, and we made a bunch of stuff using the grater. We're going to be using that today, but the tool of choice for today is the waffle iron. Whoa! And look at that! We've got something cooking that I forgot about. Will you pass me a plate, kind of? So, this will bring us to our first recipe. What does this look like? It is a hash brown. What? So we made let's flip that over. This is just a straight up waffle iron potato hash brown, which I'm sure a few of you at home may have tried this, but it makes it really awesome, as you can see and hear. Super crispy potato hash brown. So all this is potato and sea salt in a waffle iron. So fun. So before we get into the exact how we did that, I'm going to show you a couple of other things that we did beforehand. So things you didn't know you could cook in a waffle iron. Omelets. Look at that. Look at the beautiful fluffy texture of that omelet. And all that was 2 eggs, some sweet pepper, some kale, and sea salt in the waffle iron. Look at how cool that is. That would be great. You know, you could cut this. You could make a bunch of these and freeze them. And then you have your egg for your your sandwiches. You could freeze these just like this, like for a week or two's worth. Just put a little piece of wax paper or something between them, or parchment paper, to keep them separated. Freeze them individually, and then then just defrost them, reheat them, and you can have your egg sandwiches. Throw on your sausage and cheese or whatever you want to do. So we did that beforehand, and you can see I've got some potato on here because I started cooking the hash brown at the same time I had the eggs in. So I just had eggs on one half of the waffle iron, and I had the potatoes starting to cook on the other half. And I just took the eggs out when they were ready. Another thing that I waffle ironed before we went live here is, oh my god, it's kale. Like, make your own, like, little kale crunchies. They're a little bit soggy now because of the humidity, but when they came out, they were crunchy. So all that was kale with olive oil and sea salt. And I put a big mound, like, come back here for a sec. I put a mound like this high of kale. And then I just put my waffle iron down on it and just let it cook. And this would be a great little side dish. And you could put any kind of flavoring in there you want. So I'm just going to close that up and let it heat. Let's see, anyone? Marie saying, yum, I miss your food, says Tanya. Super cool. Joy says, hey Meg, you look amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. So funny different things that we can waffle iron. So look at this. We've already got, look at this beautiful breakfast. A little bit of hot sauce, grated cheese, good to go, right? So that's breakfast number one. So how do we make the hash brown, guys? We're just going to revisit the food processor again. So we use that blade, the grating blade. You could use a box grater or whatever, but I'm all about the home appliances. So just to show you guys what was up, I had Kenneth doing all this for me beforehand. Just take the potato, cut it in a piece. Ah! Don't cut your hand like I just did, because it slid. Look at that. I just cut my finger off. And I'm on anticoagulants right now because of my pregnancy, so I bleed like crazy. So we'll just, maybe I'll get someone from the kitchen to bring me a plastic glove. I'll ask them. So, I'm going to catch Brian's eye. Brian! Okay. So, potato goes into the feed chute here. I'm going to turn it on.
One fish.
Just like 2 weeks ago when we used the grating mechanism, look at that. We have all of this amazing grated potato. Same tool that I used to grate this cheese, guys. So I grated all this cheddar, this Colby cheese up. I used that same box grater attachment. So if you have this attachment at home, use it. Okay, little side break here while I glove up my injured hand. Bit of a klutz when I'm in a rush. Story of my life. Thank you, sir. So, Kenneth, you haven't said hello to everyone. Do you want to say hello to our viewers?
Hello, everyone.
Kenneth is enjoying the rain.
I'm so happy. Everybody's so happy it's raining in Costa Rica because we have a 6 month without water.
Yep.
And all animal, trees, everything. Now everybody's happy.
Now we're all super, super happy. Back to our regular scheduled program. So, long story short, we took that potato out of the food processor, and you can see it's in towel here because we just wanted to get rid of all the excess moisture. So this is our beautifully squeezed out grated potato, and we just squeezed it just like you would like tofu or whatnot. And then we put it just directly onto our waffle iron. And what I used was this Vegaline. This is a vegan non-stick spray. So I use that. I always use a little bit of that in my waffle iron to keep things from sticking, even though this is a non-stick surface, just to be safe. And it makes actually a lot easier cleanup when you have some sort of spray. And if you don't want to use a spray, if you're not into the aerosol or whatever, you can use, just put some coconut oil with paper towel, sunflower oil, avocado oil, whatever kind of oil you want to use, or butter. Or ghee. Last night I made grilled cheese on the grill, which we're going to do next, and I use ghee. So, let's do grilled cheese, because that's super fun. I did this for dinner last night. Easiest thing in the world. We've got our 2 pieces of bread. This is a mixture of grated Colby cheese, which you could use any kind of cheese, obviously you want. Colby, mozzarella, marble. I've got some of our goat milk feta in there as well. Beautiful. And this is just really pretty the way that it looks. So take my spray, and I'm going to spray this one liberally because we like a little bit of a crunch on the outside of our bread. Put that in there. Spray that. And the beautiful thing about this particular waffle iron is it's a waffle iron / panini press, so I can actually press it more like a panini. That's really cool. I'm just using my spoon here to start some pressure down there. And that'll cook away. So we got our grilled cheese cooking. The next thing we're gonna do is a quesadilla. This is another thing I did this week for dinner. So I was just playing around with ideas. So what I've got here is a whole wheat tortilla. You can use any kind of tortilla you want. I'm gonna layer a bit of cheese on one side. This is gonna be what helps keep all the ingredients inside. It's also gonna be what helps keeps the quesadilla sticking together. Again, I've got Colby and feta. I'm gonna add in some shredded chicken because we had some on the buffet today. You could do black beans. Like the other day we did this, I did black beans and some turkey sausage. It was really, really tasty. And then I've just got some sauteed veggies that I took from the buffet here today, and I'm going to toss those in because you can never have too much veggie. I'm not going to actually do too much with the tomato because they will likely burst and make too much moisture, which will break apart my quesadilla. I'm not going to go too crazy. Maybe some cabbage. What do you think, Kenneth? A little bit
Excited.
more cheese on top for glue. Da, da, da. It's your old traditional quesadilla. But since we have the waffle iron going, we're just going to use the waffle iron to cook it. So look at this. Let's see what's going on inside here. We've already got. Ooh, look at that. Looking good. Looking good. Take my quesadilla. I'm just going to squeeze that in the side. And a little bit of, a little extra goodness. And I'll close that down. And let that cook away. I'm not going to go too crazy because this does take a little bit longer to do it like this than it would, say, if you were just making waffles. Because we're going to do a couple of other things. We've got 3 more things to do. Let's see if anyone's got any questions or queries about this. Beautiful. Hi, Kenneth, this is Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Nikki says, hi, Kenneth. You remember
Hi,
Nikki?
Nikki. Yes,
was
I
here a couple
remember
weeks ago.
Nikki.
She misses you. Debbie Ballard's watching. Hey, Debbie, so good to see you. Hello, and is watching. My cousin Jeff is watching. I am looking quite fat. Thank you. He says fat with P-H-A-T. Levi Moody's watching. Baby Daddy is home on his day off today in the rain. And he to join us. Levi was actually my taste tester for some of this stuff this week. We had grilled cheese at home and quesadillas. Not gonna lie, some of the stuff that we're doing I haven't taste tested, so or even tested the functionality. So, and this is one of those things. I just saw it sometime on the excuse me. I saw it on the internet, and I thought I'd try it. So why not try it live? Kenneth is not even following me right now. He's like my mom doing the camera. Okay. Protein smoothie. So this is a ridiculous one. Yes, it's Kraft Dinner. Well, not Kraft Dinner, sorry. It's macaroni and cheese that I cooked this morning and then put in this pan to cool. And the idea is we're going to cut this into 2 pieces and we're going to actually waffle iron that to give it a nice cheesy toasted crust. And then that can act like bread in a sandwich. Cheese, waffle style. Another recipe done just like that. So good. Now we have room for our next. Spraying down my thingamahooty again, and I'm going to put this Kraft Dinner. It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And since we're at it, why wouldn't we put a little bit of extra cheese on top, right? A little extra cheesy crust. It's not going to be fun to clean, so I'm going to give it a little extra non-stick spray. Come on. This is going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous. We have kale. I mean, that's good. So fun. Okay, so we're going to see how that pans out. Are we still live? My computer's frozen. Are we still live? Is this thing on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Allison says, I love and miss you and Kenneth so much. Allison, we miss you too. You and Nikki were just absolutely adorable. Love your necklace. Yes, thank you. From Caban, an old store in 2003 that shut down in Toronto. Priscilla saying aloha. Heidi saying cheese. Yes, all the cheese. We're doing all the cheese today. It was supposed to be just about waffles, but apparently I'm all about the cheese, and I'm not gonna lie, I probably eat something cheese-like every night for dinner this week. So, these are all of our savory things that we're doing today. So, just whoop. I may have just destroyed that, so we'll just leave that be for now. We're gonna try a couple of sweet things. So, we're gonna try doing apples. So I'm just gonna slice some pieces of apple. It's gonna be like a take of like cinnamon baked apple. And then we're just doing maybe 4 pieces for now. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this into a bit of sugar. Oh yeah. That's gonna be delicious. And then the sugar will caramelize is the idea in the waffle iron. So once we're done with this last round of savory goodness, can you see that? That crystal. This is raw sugar, so it's big chunky goodness, and it will really taste caramelized when we get it heated up. All right, will you pass me another plate, Kenneth? I'm going to take that quesadilla off because I think it's got to be pretty near done. But I'm a little bit worried about my Kraft Dinner experiment here. It's probably going to need more time. It's a little bit sticky, but it looks pretty good. Ridiculous. My knife. Look at that. Okay. You know what? We're going to take that Kraft Dinner off too. We have another plate. One more plate. And then I have one over here for the desserts, and we're going to be good to go. All right, so. Doesn't that smell good? Smells really good. Wish you guys had smell-o-vision. Double cooked. It's like when you used to bake your, you do the baked macaroni and cheese. My mom used to do a really good one with like homemade bechamel, cheddar cheese. So good. And then she would put like a breadcrumb cheese topping and bake it in the oven. Same idea. Super cheesy. Smells delicious. Put it in a bowl, throw on some ketchup, bada boom, bada bing. Just an idea. Thought we'd try it. So, not going to clean this off. Just going to coat this with non-stick spray. Get my apples in there. A little bit of cheese with the apples is not going to hurt. It's cheddar cheese and apple. I don't know about if anyone out there has ever tried this, but apple pie, warm apple pie with cheddar cheese melted on top is ridiculously delicious. I'm not lying. It's a good combination. So look at the cheese with our sugared apples. Delish. Okay. So let's cut into our quesadilla. Where's the other side? Look. Well, the other side's a little bit, look at that, a little bit more waffly. Could have let this go a little bit longer. I actually let it go so long at our house the other night that it, the tortilla itself started coming apart, but it was so ooey gooey. Look at that. Cauliflower and carrots and cheese. Hi, Fiona. Look at that. Not too shabby, right? So there's our quesadilla. I'm gonna hand that to you, Kenneth. And then the last thing that we're going to attempt to do in the waffle iron. Brownies! Because why not? I'm going to check on my apples. Oh, look at that. They're already starting to get really delicious looking. Look at that sugar melting. This is not going to be fun to clean. That is the guarantee. And then I'm going to just gonna pour some brownie. You know what? I'm gonna use my spoon to do that. This is just whatever brownie recipe you love. This is not a gluten-free version that I'm doing here because all the cheese and all of the gluten of all of the ingredients already. I wasn't too concerned about that. So just a regular old glutinous brownie with egg and oil. All of that goodness. I'm not going to go too full because that's the big mistake we all make with our waffle irons, right? We put too much dough in there and then it comes out the sides, so we want to avoid that. And then the iron itself will spread it out as it rises, is the idea. Look at this mess that I'm making. There's just macaroni and cheese everywhere. Perfect. So that is, let's recap. What have we done for savory there, Kenneth? We've got our waffle iron grilled cheese, waffle iron quesadillas, waffle iron hash browns, savory kale and omelets, and I think this one is a fail. The waffle iron Kraft Dinner.
But it tastes good.
It tastes good, it tastes delicious, but it doesn't look really good. So not too bad. And if, you know, I'm just thinking, this is a great lesson in an appliance, multi-use of an appliance for like a college dorm room or something like that, right? You know, people always, when I was in college, had hot plates in the room. This is another really great tool to have because look at all the versatility of what we've done here. It's kind of like the idea of a panini press, but the waffling gives it a really nice texture. And it's going to allow us to do some pretty fun stuff with the sweet. Oh, come on. That looks pretty awesome. I think it needs a little bit longer. That looks really good though. Whew! I would have been concerned if I had another failure on my hands. But I think we're doing good. It smells really awesome. Okay. Oh yeah. Debbie Ballard saying, I'm going to try all this. Awesome. Rasad's watching. Heidi says, Salmon cinnamon on those apples. Yeah. I've got some good stuff that we're going to put on the apples once we plate them up. Alex says, I just want you and Kenneth here in my home. Maureen Donnelly says, wow. Yeah, it's super fun, right? Like, it's kind of ridiculous using the home appliances in so many different ways, but it's pretty versatile what you can do. And vast what we can do with these things. Look at that. Okay, I think we are done. I'm gonna grab me a clean fork, can I? I'm gonna get this on the plate. Sir. Just gonna get this. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look so good? Okay, so the brownie I think might need to go a tiny bit longer. I'm gonna actually just put that. I'm gonna use that one last. It's not pretty, it's the prettiest. So look at that. These, so good. Look at this. Can you see that string of caramel? It's like a string of caramelized sugar. This is not going to be fun cleaning. Look at that. It's going to be so... And that's just apple and cinnamon. Ridiculous. I'm going to close this up, let the brownie cook a little bit longer. In the meantime, sprinkle a little bit more sugar on there. I'm going to pass... I got a spoon here. Got a little bit of sweet yogurt that I've sweetened with a little bit of vanilla. Yum. A little bit of cinnamon. This is actually cacao. Not cinnamon, but that'll do. Chocolate with this cinnamon caramel apple. I don't think that's a fail. And then raisins, because cinnamon apples and raisins are a thing, right? What do you think? A bada boom, bada bing, and then I'm going to put the brownies on this half. Okay, we need to take these out only because the sugar is burning. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this without making a big mess. The brownie. Can you do it? Look at that. One. And look at how clean this side of the waffle iron is coming. Two. Look at that. A bit of cacao powder. So beautiful. Sorry, I'm in silence right now. Just impressed that this all turned out. A little bit of fresh apple on there. Hey, bada boom. Bada bing. Okay, before we go any further, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a little bit of water. I'm going to pour it right on top of this, and that's going to just help steam off some of that burning sugar. Cold water. Best poured from a distance because it is hot. This is going to work to help get the cleaning process started. Just like that. Oh my goodness. I think we did A-okay today. Hey, Kenneth?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different recipes. 37 minutes, so we're pretty much on point. Toby's saying hello. Awesome, guys. So I think we're pretty good for time. That is all that I have today. I'm going to finish up these plates, make them look real pretty, take some pictures. Kenneth and I are going to then eat all of the remaining food.
And this one.
And the dessert. So good.
I'm so impressed for how fast cook.
Yeah, the apples.
Brownie.
Oh, the brownies. Oh, the brownies cook so fast.
1 minute.
Yeah. So, again,
Keep
not
that.
only is it versatile, but fast. So you don't have to wait the 35 minutes to cook a loaf of brownies, or a tray of brownies. Look at how quick that was. And you could have brownies for breakfast.
Exactly.
With maple syrup on them. Speaking of maple syrup, next week, the topic is maple syrup marvels. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of recipes based around the idea of maple syrup and maple things. Maple sugar, maple syrup, all of that good stuff. So a little taste of Canadiana. That's all we have today, guys. If you have any suggestions, ideas of what you want me to talk about and cook in the future, you know where to find me. Send me a message. And we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the rain if you're here in Costa Rica. Enjoy the spring anywhere else you are in the world, or winter for that matter. I think in Australia it's winter. At any rate, enjoy your life, eat well, be well. Ciao for now.